car order. It's always been car order.
I strongly disagree.
That's the way it is. Ripped him out through the window in a nice way.
Just so I can go down and drink a carton while everyone punches on.
Just pisses me to tears. That's the worst thing you can do.
You shut up, you hack. Talking about boat ramps, this is what I wanted to get through from the start. What he said.
Oh, you just been an idiot.
And welcome to the Chumming Up Podcast, the fishing, spearfishing, and ocean adventure podcast that has the same New Year's resolution every year. One is to pronounce New Year's resolution, because I can't fucking do that. And two is to kill more fish. I am Squirly, and with me, as always, unless he's not, is LEEWOLD. Mitchell, how you going, big horse?
Yeah, going good, Squirrels. How you going?
Oh, going good. I nearly got resolution that time. Give me another fucking year. Oh, it's a cut of a word. Like, especially because the most times you're going to say resolution is when you're on the piss on New Year's. So why would you make it so fucking hard? And
I don't think I have the pronunciation of it wrong. I just can't keep the resolution. That's my fucking issue.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Do you do resolutions?
No, not really. I haven't had a beer since New Year's, but I don't know if that's a resolution. I am still licking my wounds a bit. So
yeah, right. Yeah, I can't ever think of fucking making a resolution, to be honest. Like, I mean, it's probably a good goal fucking time. Like,
yeah, a good excuse to, if something's in the back of your mind, I suppose, and you're looking for a trigger to activate it, it might be good for that. But for most cases, they don't seem to really work out for people.
Yeah, probably, like, how many people are like, I should fucking not be a fuckwit jet skier on the river, and then next day, oh, fuck, I'm revving this thing right up next to a boat again.
Yeah, I've got this jet ski sitting here, so I might as well fill the stereotype.
Yeah, well, this river's not going to fuck itself.
So what did you get up to for New Year's? Did you have a big one or what? I didn't see you.
Nah, I had a show at the Saint. I think it's called the St. George Tavern. Yeah, it was good. There was some cooked units, like early days cooked units. There were, yeah.
Like on the pingers or whatnot?
I hope so. I hope it wasn't normal for him. You know where you can't tell, you're like, this dude should be cooked, but maybe that's just him.
Yeah, when you meet someone for the first time and they're just like, you're like, this guy's fried, and then you see them like a week later in the middle of the day and they're like at work and you're like, nah, they're just different unit. Yeah,
there was a bit of that. Yeah, other than that, it was fairly fucking non-eventful. Yeah, saying, or got to 12 o'clock just with a mate. That was all right, but nothing fucking spectacular. I don't know. I don't really look forward to that shit much anymore. I think you just get disappointed so many times in, like, from like 18 to 29, 30 sort of thing, going, fucking New Year's is going to be sick, and then it's always shit. I got hit with a cricket bat once. That was probably my top New Year's. I just walked into my campsite. Someone just ran up and hit me with a fucking cricket bat.
Yeah, right. That's definitely fucking, that's not a hard resolution to fix. Next New Year's, I'm not getting hit by a cricket bat by a random.
Yeah, that's it. So I just stay away from the outdoors on fucking New Year's now. I don't know. What'd you get up to? You were up on the river?
Yeah, up on the river. I got invited to Kylite with Jono and Deb. They spent a bit of time up there, so it's good. We did a bit of fishing, and the kids did a bit of skiing on the river, and my grandfather and dad come up. They caught a fair few yellowbelly, and it was pretty sick. We went into the Kylite pub for a few beers. I think we left at about 8 or 9 o'clock before it got late, and but that was cool. There's all big cod on the wall. Jono's got a 75-pounder, 1.16 m on the wall in there. That was sick. Nice. And they had a Murray Cray on there. I think it was like 3 pound or something. It was massive, you know, like, yeah, it's awesome. Buddy, if anyone's going through that area, make sure you pull into the pub and see the fish there. It's unbelievable. Big yellow belly and that. So, yeah, it's really cool.
Fuck yeah, that's sick. Yeah, because all around that, you fished like the few days before New Year's as well. You kept putting up posts where you kept missing them on surface.
Yeah, fishing for about a week straight. I got invited up to the Murray River with my wife's family, so we went up there fishing and missed a couple of topwater ones, and they were smacking them, Nicky's cousins and uncles and their mates, on just bait, fishing chicken and cheese and whatnot. Nicky caught the biggest carp I've ever seen in my life on worms.
Yeah.
And, then from there, Nikki and the kids went home, so I went up north to the Murrumbidgee River and did a bit of fishing there and got a nice one, 93 centimetres, and missed a few more on surface.
That's the one you got on the troll, eh?
Yeah, on the trawl. So I'd been casting for about 3 days straight and hadn't stuck one surface, and I was casting subsurface, I think maybe 4 days straight, and then I was up there and I just thought, stuff this, so chucked the lure out the back. I'd never done cod trawling before.
Yep.
But he poured myself a rum and then just drove up the river with it in the rod holder, and on about me third rum, and I just hear this noise, zit, 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 and turn around and she's just peeling, and yeah, it was a bloody ripper, 93 centimetre. It's actually bloody good fun. Marked him on the sounder before he ate too.
Yep.
So
fuck.
Yeah,
not a bad way to start the fucking trolling career. The best part was
that's right.
we were all on the group chat, so you literally let us know like you were just starting a troll to fucking see how it went. I think you sent the message about you on the Bundy to us before you put it on your story, and then either way, and then fucking not long afterwards was the fish. And you were telling us before you even got the photo. We're like, fucking, how good's this?
Yeah, when I had him in the net. Yeah, it was it was a fluke more than anything. And then, missed a couple in the morning on surface, and then I shot off to Kylite for New Year's. So probably need to go back there because it was fishing pretty well. One of the one I missed on the surface first was a good one around that same size. Maybe even went the metre mark. So so been a bloody good week actually.
Yeah, sounds it. I've only got like a dive in since I got back here for crabs, and I went a little bit early in the day, and then by the time it just started to get dark, it got dark, the crabs started to come out, and I found like I don't know how to say this politically correct, but a fucking retard crab, because it was like okay size. It was like just oversized. And you know how sometimes they play possum where they're just sitting there waiting for you to fucking latch on, and then they'll go all kung fu on you and bite the shit out of you or dodge left, dodge right. So I'm thinking this fella's trying to do that. So I go down and then I'll fucking pounce on it, and it barely moves, and then it just kind of like hits me in the arm like, don't leave me alone, please. What the fuck is wrong with this crab? And my nephew, he's never scooped a crab or anything else like that. So I measured it. It was like just size. Gave it to my sister Brian to bring in for him to scoop. And they're like practicing scooping it, and it doesn't fucking move. They're like, we got it. It's like, good learner.
He's like, I'm an expert on it now. It's just literally a dead crab type thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was funny because it was like there was nothing wrong with it, like physically or anything that you could tell. But it was
out of the Swan River, wasn't it? So there's probably lots wrong with it.
Yeah, that's it. So it seemed like they were just coming on when like the cold just fucking took me out of it, and the kids had to go home. So that was sort of the end of it.
Yeah.
But I'm heading down to Freo tonight, and I went for lunch there the other day. So I'm thinking I might slip in and see what
nice.
that's
Have another
like.
crack at it.
Yeah. And then I think Dan Chapman, who we've had as a guest before, me and him, he hit me up the other day to go get on a big mulloway. So
yeah, that'll be sick.
Yeah, I haven't done it. It's never really interested me too much, like casting out a big bait and then doing fuck all. But who knows? I mean, it's that old thing where you like, sounds shit, or like the big fish sounds fucking awesome, but
I think that's what it'll be. It might not be that interesting, but if it is interesting, it'll be as interesting as anything.
Yeah. So it's the old never say no to fishing type thing. So we'll, at the very least, we'll fucking run amok and probably get into a bit of trouble. So, something will happen. So hopefully that's the end of the week or whatever. And,
nice.
Yeah. And then, looking forward to this year we're already fishing a comp.
Yeah, we're already signed up for the Murray Cod Nationals, aren't we?
Yeah, which, holy shit. Like, it sounds like, well, it's definitely a big comp, the people that are in it. I don't know how I'm going to carry you the whole week. I think every listener that is fairly familiar with this podcast knows that I am the fishing guy and you're more, the personality. But
well, last time we were at Moala, you did get the biggest one. So
I did.
Out of us.
But actually, I also beat you on numbers. There.
Yep. So you're on your home ground. It's like Collingwood playing at the MCG.
Yeah. As long as it's scheduled there, every game you're gonna fucking win. So
yeah, except for that's only against me. I think there's other guys that it's actually their home ground where they've like won it multiple times and shit.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Look, you can't worry about other people. You just got to worry about what you do good. Couple of those rat lures that no one else seems to fucking use, and we'll get the chocolates.
Yeah, well, I don't know how the old rat lure will go because there's a hard body day, and I don't know if it's a hard body or not. I'm still confused on what category it goes into.
Yeah, it's almost in its own category, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Imagine losing a comp on that as a fucking, like, little slight thing where they're like, it's not quite a hard body. So, yeah, you caught 20 with it in a day, but we don't have a section for it.
In saying that, I did hear a rumour a couple of years back or whatever. I think it was the Barra Nationals. It might have been the Barra Classic up in the territory, but I think it was the Nationals, and they didn't lose the comp from it because they hadn't actually won it. But there was a bit of controversy around some guys using scent on their lures, like that S Factor and stuff.
Yep.
Have you seen that stuff? So they were rubbing that on their plastics or whatever, I imagine. And then there was like controversy whether that was bait or not,
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think it was like actually a couple of fish got disqualified or something along that lines. I only heard it third hand, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there listening that know a lot more about it than I do. But yeah, there was something like that happen. So, it's probably something we want to clarify, the old rat lure, before we go and do it, because we could get lucky and trip over a couple.
Yeah, right. So what would your thoughts be on that? Like, if you were in charge, not the rat lure, fuck the rat lure.
The S Factor thing?
Yeah, because I would be like, I wouldn't count that as bait.
Nah, neither would I, but I suppose it's sort of where do you draw the line, because there's a lot of guys that garlic dip their bloody lures with that fluoro stuff and that too. I like that stuff.
Yeah,
so
I love how you said a lot of guys, because you definitely do it.
Yeah, as in me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, but then I suppose then where does it, you're like, I've just got a bit of scent on there and you've got like a fucking bunch of worms on the top of your hook or something. I don't know, like a live mullet slid on there. But I don't have a problem with it. It just needs to be clarified in the rules properly, I suppose, doesn't it?
Yeah, you are right. Because I remember when jigs started taking off in popularity on the fishing boat, and all these people would come out jig fishing on charter, and they'd have squid on the hook of the jig, and it's just like, well, what's the point? Like,
I've seen that a million times. An octopus tentacle or squid tentacles, and they're like, got him on the jig. It's like, that's a glorified sinker, you peanut.
Yeah. Like, what's the point? Like, literally the point to me of jigs is not bringing bait on the fucking boat. Otherwise,
yeah, that's right. When you're doing it, both of it.
Yeah,
it blows my mind.
Yeah, now you're just losing fucking $50 a cast if you get sharked, and you still have to clean the boat.
Yeah, it's just
and pay for bait. Yeah. So I understand what you're saying there. That's the thing with rules, innit? It's hard to get it perfect, and sometimes they sound fucking stupid. But you got to just draw the line somewhere, I guess.
I suppose it's the scent thing's pretty easy now, though. You just say yes or no to scents, or you have approved ones. You can use the garlic dip, but you can't use the scent, the S Factor, or the many others that are out there.
Yeah. Well, I guess
I sort of think that, a lot of the guys doing that are just going the little bit extra mile. They're working harder. So, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I guess the part with even the yes and no on on scent, like if you're putting the scent in, but I know you get those gulps and they're already scented, you know.
Yeah, well, the gulp ones particularly, they actually say outfish as bait. You can literally just sit them on the bottom and bait fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so yeah, I don't know how that goes.
Yeah. No, interesting.
Yeah.
So
it is interesting.
So looking back then, if we're looking forward, let's look back for a bit. So you've had 2023, you spent most of it traveling Australia with your family.
Yeah, yep.
Fishing with some great fishermen, some good comedians, and I'm sure you fished with other people besides me as well.
I don't know about, I'll give you the fisherman. I don't know about the comedian bit there. That was just the easiest setup of all time, wasn't it?
Really? I would have thought you'd give me the comedian and not the fucking fisherman. I'll be honest with you. I'll take either. But
you've had a bit of a good year fishing with me. You've fished well.
that was the full, like, you know, for you type one.
Yeah, it was a good try for you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do appreciate it. I did enjoy. I did enjoy it. All the trips we got in. Obviously, we did a lot less than what we would normally when we were living in the same place. But the ones we did, we fairly well gave them a crack. What we do, Kununurra, where we got on some fairly good fish in an area, like at a time that we hadn't, or you hadn't fished there before. I know the fish I got there, biggest barramundi I've caught, definitely biggest barramundi off a bank I'd caught. Well, first one off a bank. Most numbers, I caught a lot of little fish in other areas, and it's like much.
and there's no better place to catch them than there. You've got awesome saltwater, awesome freshwater. The scenery's just next level, big crocs and shit. Like, it's just one of those places that even if you have a slow day, it's fucking awesome, you know?
Yeah. I fell in love with the joint. I'll be honest with you. Like, who knows where I end up, but I definitely am going back to Kununurra again.
Yeah,
and
same with me. If I could barra fish anywhere, it'd be there.
Yeah. Yeah, I could go there with just about anyone and find something enjoyable, you know? Like, not just the hard fishing. You could do easy fishing there. You could even just like the scenery and the shit we went out and seen. Like,
go chase some frill neck lizards to catch, or bloody go to the rum factory.
Yeah, the rum factory. Fuck off. There's a lot of shit you can do there that still makes you feel like you're doing it, that when other people haven't seen it yet, or less people haven't seen. You're not running into crowds that are just fucking up everything. Or
no.
Or a turtle counter just like running up to you, losing their shit at you because you got a fucking torch.
Yeah, it's spot on. All the guys that are there want to be there. You know, it's perfect. I love the joint.
Yeah.
And we got a couple of good podcasts in there too. Had Kurt McCartney, who makes all his own soft plastic lures. And we had Damo, who's Barra Whisperer on Instagram, who was bloody in the stocking program for the lake, and that he was really knowledgeable filling us in on that stuff. They were ripper podcasts. They were some of my favourite for the year.
Yeah. Well, I think the Barra Whisperer was fun for me because the whole time he seemed like he came into the podcast knowing exactly where he wanted to go with it, and every time I took it off track with something stupid that I thought it'd be funny or anything like that, there'd be a pause and then he'd go back to where he wanted to take the fucking podcast.
Yeah, he wasn't getting roped into your shit, was he?
He'd acknowledge it and then fucking move on. I'm like, I didn't mind it. It was good the way he did it. Learned fucking heaps from both of those podcasts and follow both of them now on all the socials and shit like that. They fucking got some wicked shit. It, like, you said there a couple of your favourite pods. We might as well, like, from the year, were there any that stood out other than that?
Oh, them two were really good. The ones we just done, one with Tony Bennett was really good. The one with Big Dan Chapman was good too. Obviously, long-time friend of ours. He was best man at my wedding. just like, even though you catch up with him and message him every second day and that on the phone, when you sit down, and because he's got such a good memory, you sit down and actually get it back out, you start reliving it yourself. I think that was a really enjoyable one for me as well.
Yep. Yeah, that was very different because it was kind of like just what we've always sort of done with fishing stories and shit like that between the three of us, but haven't sat down and done that for a long time just because of each one's situations. And then that was kind of cool. So I'd say we'll definitely get him back on the pod again because you and him have so many more spearfishing stories, let alone everything else. So that'd be cool.
And he's better at it than me because he remembers, where I forget most of what's going on.
Yeah, which is funny because you couldn't say that it's the piss because he could nail piss as good as anyone.
Yeah, that's right. I can say it's the piss for me. He's just better at it than me.
Yeah. Well, I can say he tombstoned me once in the Potshot bar, so I probably shouldn't have any good memories after that. Probably shouldn't have any memories. 120 kilos comes down on your fucking head. He got me good.
Yeah, he's a strong fucker.
Yeah. So with that, do you look forward? Are there guests that you would like to get for the pod this year?
There's always guests I'd like to get. You know what I'm like. I think when we do this Murray Cod Nationals, I'd really like to get a few of the boys that fish there. Obviously, anyone who wins it. Last year's champions, I think it was the Blau boys. I think that's how it's pronounced. And obviously Thomas Pinter, who's the 3 years running champion before that. I'd love to get him on the pod. You know, always like good to talk to all of them. They know how to catch cod. And talk to them about what their thoughts are on the live scoping scene over here. You know, it's a big bloody controversial thing.
Yeah.
Then there's heaps of guys we know in the fishing game that we often talk about. It'd be really good to get on. So just getting them. Some of them are keen, some aren't, and then sometimes when they're keen, it's not that simple to get them on. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing when you're working in an area where people do shit. It's hard because people are doing shit. So yeah, that's right.
I
think Tim McDonald would be cool just to go through. I think as an outsider for me, it's wicked just to go through the shit that you two have done together, and even better because he's better than you. So
he'd be really good to have on. You could talk with him for bloody 3 hours about spearfishing, you know, and that's why he's so good at it, you know.
Yeah.
He just has thought about every little intricacy, and obviously when I first started diving with him, it changed the whole way I looked at it. Yeah, he would be a really good guest to get on.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, like, he did your wedding. He was is it celebrant or is it just pastor?
Celebrant, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd spend as long as I could bringing up the fact that you cried at your wedding more than any of the spearfishing. I don't know. Like, I'd like to get his opinion on that and numbers of how many men cry at their wedding. That'd be a good...
It's probably just me.
Yeah.
What did Mick Dixon reckon it is? A bit of sand in the air or something with the wind. So
Yeah. He went a bit fucking teary-eyed too. Yeah.
Well, we won't have to worry about that with you the way you're going anyway.
Yeah. That's literally the only reason, mate. I won't get married because I at least while Freddie's alive, fucking hell, he'd come up and punch me if I cried at my wedding.
Or just the total opposite. You just marry just anything out of the blue just so you can have a wedding and then not cry at it and like laugh in everyone's faces. See, I told you I wouldn't, and then just like give her the flick later on.
Yeah. I don't even respect this person, let alone cry for her.
Yeah, and then once she walks out, it's like, I'm taking half the house. You're like, oh, you fucking what?
Yeah.
That backfired just to prove you wouldn't cry.
Yeah, you don't cry at the wedding, but you cry at the divorce fucking settlement for sure. I think all I've got to lose is me diving fishing gear too. And I bought a swag from Kings the other day, so it's only a single. So I hope she doesn't take that.
Yeah, well, if it's only a single, you can't go halves, so...
Yeah. So that's the future. Like your year trip, do you have memorable trips and memorable fish that you've caught
mate,
over the last 12 months?
Mine was basically a whole memorable year when you're driving around in a motorhome with your family, not having to work for 12 months, just going from fishing spot to fishing spot, chasing the most epic stuff.
Yep.
Pretty much just a year of it, like I caught my first meter Murray cod ever. Well, I only really just started Murray cod fishing last year.
Yep.
And then at the start of the year, and then at the end of the year, when you were here, I caught another one, a meter 13. So, and that trip with you, drifting down the river and then going to Moala and then going up the mountains, And then I got to fish runoff up in the territory. I fished the Roper and the Daily and flooded me motorhome so that it was flooded going across a crossing, fuck. Whole lot was epic. But, I did days fishing up there where, the kids would catch 10 or 20 barra each, all like 50 to 80 centimetres, It's fucking insane.
Yep. Yeah, well, what was your best count on the barra in a day?
60 something, I think 67 or something in a day.
Yeah.
But we left them biting, literally, went back 2 days did 2 days in a row and just every cast getting bit. It was fucking insane up at Currumbah.
Yeah.
Made a video of it and pretty much half the tackle stores are going to now that someone wants to ask me about it, just that one spot. Where's that spot? But then also a guy called Cohen Sawyer took me out up in Gladstone and I got a meter 6 saltwater barra with him. That was sick, and drank about 25 4X cans, so it was a bit of a mess. Sorry about that, mate, if you had to put up with me on the boat if you're listening. Got to fish East Coast billfish for the first time, Bermagui. That was absolutely sick. That was the coolest shit ever. I didn't realise how good the fishery was down there,
Yep.
So, yeah, I had a fair bit. And obviously Kununurra with you, that was fucking really good too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was there anything surprising through the trip that you enjoyed a lot? I think you did a fair bit through South Oz that.
Yeah, that was really good. So through there, just King George whiting fishing, the joint's insane, and everyone's helpful. And there's that much seafood, you got blue manna crabs swimming around everywhere in that Eyre Peninsula. You got the razor clams, you got octopus. You get a bag of seafood like it's nothing through there. Squid, that's awesome. Another real good one was bass fishing. I hadn't done that before.
Yep.
And I got taken out to do some near the Bermagui area in the rivers there, wild bass in the rivers, and doing topwater fishing. I got a 45 centimetre one and a couple of 40s, and that was just insane. It's like mini barra fishing. They just buff it on the top. They pull string really hard. You get them on topwater lures. That was really surprising. The dam fishing for the bass wasn't so exciting, but that was really, really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was Georgia Pointer took us out to do that. So just thanks for that, Georgia. I really appreciate it. I owe you one.
Well, because of you knowing her and Alex Edwards knowing her, I've been following her page, and anyone that likes cool shit just follow her page. It's fucking mint.
Oh, mate, she's so underrated.
She's not shooting cool shit. She's catching cool shit. There's nothing shit that she posts. It's fucking mint.
No, she does the coolest shit. She's a charter boat skipper, and in her days off, she's just doing epic stuff like massive barramundi, marlin fishing on the charter boat. The bass, she loves the bass. She had that wide, shooting all sorts of bloody stag, deer. Yep. It's just fucking epic. She's just that cool. And when you meet her, she's just the coolest chick.
Yeah, right. That's fucking sick. Yeah, she'd be cool for the pod too at some point.
She'd be really good on the pod. She's super knowledgeable, eh?
Yep. Yeah, fuck oath. So with that, what's your fishing goals for the year coming up, 2024? What do you want? What trips do you want to do?
I want to get some more big cod. I want to get a heap of meat of cod under me belt, so I just get a bit better grasp on it. But I'm really into this. I'm really into catching wild ones in the rivers at the moment. The impoundments don't interest me.
Yeah, okay.
That much.
Is that just because you're scared of live scope losers, or?
Nah. Just something. I did a fair bit last year when I come over in Eildon and places like that, and I did Copeton, and it was really good fun. But I just, since we did our drift on the Murray, I'm just loving that, where you just plonk your boat in, and just drift a river with flow in it. And I'm not so much talking about walking the banks type thing. I'm not a big one of that. But just plonk it in and then just drift the river for 3 days or whatever, and just you're fishing fresh water, like fresh ground the whole time. I love the idea of that. I love the idea that the fish aren't stocked; they're just wild fish there, and trying to trick them into it. I just think it's the coolest. You see heaps of scenery. Bit of the fishing I've been doing lately, there's been pigs and deer and that on the banks, and so that's something I want to do. And probably there's 2 other things that I want to get around to sorting out another marlin boat here get one for the East Coast here, because I'm really missing my marlin fishing, watching all the boys back in Exmouth at the moment. Just smacking blue marlin season. It's just like, I need another marlin boat. So that's something I really want to make happen this year.
Yep.
And the third thing is I probably need to lose some weight, and I want to go diving again, go up and see Tim McDonald and do some diving again. So, but I need to cut some weight and get half fit for that. So might have to lay off the piss a bit too.
No, that sounds fucking weird. I don't think I've got anything like that in my stock. Obviously, capabilities keep me down a little bit. But
right. So what are your goals?
Well, I want to do more out of here. Mainly just find some time to fucking do it, and then suss it out. Like probably, I still haven't even worked out the small parts that I want to do. But main goal is not embarrass myself at the cod competition.
What, on the fishing or on the piss?
Oh, nah. I couldn't give a fuck about embarrassing myself on the piss. That ship sailed fucking long ago. Look, I'll go the opposite. I want to be the biggest cunt at the competition.
It's a fucking fair uncertainty.
Yeah. Like, let's be honest, that part's fine. But, I wouldn't mind not embarrassing myself, and then if I take a step further as a team, it could be dreaming too far above, but I believe in you carrying me enough to have the goal of being in the running at least for one of the day parts of the comp. So
that's a good goal. That'd be really nice. Be nice to catch fish on every session, like no donut days type thing.
Yeah, that'd be sick. But like if we overachieved and won a day, the being a cockhead on the piss would go to a couple levels more.
Oh, it'd be massive. Imagine the poor bastards there, what they'd have to deal with you. You'd be coming in old two canoe style fucking, we fucking won the day, cunts. What do you know about it?
Yeah. That's it. You want to come on the podcast and then an hour just of, the fuck are you talking for, mate? Do you know who the fuck I am? What do you think about this? Well, that's good because we don't care about your opinion, shit tits.
Yeah. So I've got a new goal, try not to win a day.
Yeah, we could blow all our contacts with one stupid move of winning. Yeah, that'd be sick. I'm supposed to have a American trip for comedy that I'm planning on doing with Daniel Delby in July, where we're still trying to lock in where we're going to go. If I do go to New York, it'd be wicked to get out, and if I can spear a big tailor, which they call bluefish, in New York and then do a show on the same day, that'd be fucking mint.
That'd be sick. And then big stripers they got there.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. Suss that out. I'm not really sure I've got too many more. I tend to find my goals by finding out what you're doing and then coming over and you spoon feeding me something that's decent normally.
It's always good to do something together though, isn't it?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind extending my diving a bit more, but I've got to get out enough to actually get into that a bit more as well. Yep. That wouldn't be too bad. And then, who knows, see from there. I can't think of anything that I need to catch on a handline anymore that'd be up there. Maybe a big Murray cod on surface. I think we were talking about that the other day.
On a handline, yeah, that'd be epic.
Yeah. Big Murray cod, surface, handline, tick that box.
I reckon that'd be a sick way to catch one of them big mulloway off the beach if you could cast it right out, and
Yep.
just roll him on like a 400-pound hand line. That'd be sick. 'Cause those things pull like fuck.
Yeah. I think you could do that. It'd just be time.
Yeah.
Time spent. I couldn't say why you wouldn't be able to do that fairly well. But yeah, I think there's more people that would have done that than like a surface lure Murray cod.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be too many doing surface lure Murray cod on a hand line.
Yeah, I like the dumb shit that no one's dumb enough to fucking try. That's my niche of the fucking fishing world.
Yeah, just pick something totally obscure and be the champion at it.
Yeah, like that weird dude in the Guinness Book of Records from back in the day that just grew his fingernails so fucking long.
Yeah.
You know, like just set the world record for something that no one else would give a fuck about. Be that guy. Yeah. Oh, do you have any goals for the pod?
For the pod?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
just good guests. Just good guests. I just like the good guests because I find with a really good guest, you learn a lot. You know, some of the stuff they come out with, it's just awesome. And then when you get feedback, you know, other guys telling you that they learned a lot from someone, you know, it's awesome. And just brings you to like new places and that, you know, like I think the COD Nationals will be really cool. I think both of us will, I don't know about winning anything. I think we'll learn more than we've ever known. I think what we will learn is how good some of these guys really are. And we'll get a few we'll get a few tips and tricks that probably would take you a lifetime to learn otherwise. So that's cool. So that sort of stuff I love with the pod, you know, and then just wherever we go with it, you know, it'd be awesome, you know, some just different people. That's what I think. Yep.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I wouldn't mind. I've been completely zero proactivity with chasing up a sponsor, but we're kind of getting at the point with our numbers where you can just turn on ads, but I don't ever want to turn on ads. So probably find the right sponsor that we. Because I'd rather not have a sponsor than have a sponsor that shits me. So I wouldn't. We're probably really shit people to work with because I wouldn't want to say anything that I don't believe or pretend like I believe in a product that we like. A beer that I don't like drinking, I wouldn't pretend like we drank that beer.
I don't think we'll be getting sponsored by Jet Ski Company anytime soon. Anyway.
Oh, Imagine if our next pod was sponsored by Sea-Doo and it was just you going, you know what I like, Squirly? Sea-Doo. It's just everyone listening going, holy fuck, they sold out that.
Yeah.
How much would you actually have to get paid to say, you know what, Sea-Doos aren't too bad? Just that.
Oh, if they a bottle of rum a month or something, that'd be fucking, you know, I'm cheap. Cheap fucking.
Yeah, your
cheap
values
take me
are
out for dinner.
Yeah.
Jump over straight away.
Probably the other thing is just being able to keep up the number of podcasts that we've been doing lately. Maybe not at the numbers because we've sort of been lucky because I still do only want to do quality episodes. Some might say that we haven't.
Well, for me, that's the guests. If you got good guests, then you want to do them. That's the thing, you know, the drive's there.
Yeah. So something like that. I mean, a lot of people don't really realize what goes into making a fishing podcast. There's obviously the organising, the guests, the editing, everything else like that. But the main thing is once you start doing a fishing podcast is just the flocks of women that are trying to grab you while you're walking down the street instead of filming it, going like, you know, is that Squirly from Chumming Up? And you're like, I'm trying to record a fucking podcast, like. They're like bra order or panty order, and you're like, that doesn't even make sense, you know?
Yeah.
So
I'm sure that happens all the time.
Yeah, all the fucking time. That's the only reason we don't get one out a week, I reckon. But yeah, if we could keep getting the good guests. I enjoyed the flow fishing podcast we did. That was wicked. Something
that was
different.
really good.
The one we did up in the mountains that just released. I've got another one coming out with one of my cousins who drives a shark boat that I've got to do up. That was cool.
I reckon that'll be really cool because it's commercial fishing. I love that stuff, obviously.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I do like the fact that fishing and spearfishing from people outside of whatever the industry or even the pastime see them as such a similar thing or such a small area, but there's so many different people, and I do enjoy just having completely different perspectives on shit. Like you get the pro fishermen and then the spear fishermen, the Murray cod fishermen, the pro scopers, all that sort of shit. So hopefully that sort of continues.
Yeah, I love that. One thing I like about the pod is how you like to poke the controversial things like the car order, boat order at the ramp or the live scope thing. I'm sure we could come up with more. There'll be heaps of them, you know.
Yeah, half the time I don't even know I'm fucking poking the bear, and then everyone gets upset. This is just an added bonus. Nah, wicked. All right, you got anything to add? Because I might.
No, that's good, mate.
I might see if I can give Jarby a call after I let you go, but who the fuck knows if he answers? It's Jarby.
Yeah, too easy. Say hi to him for me.
Is there anything you want me to ask him?
Not really. It'd be interesting to see what his diving goals are going to be because he's obviously very talented, but he doesn't get a lot of time. So I think if he wants to get some higher level fish to step his game up, he's going to have to start planning a couple of overnight trips and stuff, I think. So it'd be interesting to see what he says.
Yeah. Well, he messaged me today about a Melbourne trip, so it might be interesting to hear him up about that. We'll see.
That'd be awesome if you come over this way.
Yeah. Fuck oath. All right, cool.
No worries.
Well, cheers for chumming up, Big Horse.
Cheers, mate. Good talking to you and Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you. All right, catch ya. Oi, Big Horse, you there?
I am. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Happy 2024.
Yep.
What do you do for New Year's?
Just the old man thing now, mate. I hardly even see midnight anymore.
Yeah? You're the full old boy.
I am. I reckon I haven't seen midnight in about 4 years, maybe longer.
Yeah, right.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, fuck. We were talking about it. I was just talking about it to LEEWOLD. Like, I think the full New Year's thing where you build it up so much in, like your early 20s and shit, and it's always disappointing. You just fucking give up on it.
Oh, 100%. I was saying that to the missus. I said, when you're young, you just build everything up and go, it's going to be the best night ever.
Yeah.
And then you blotto by like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you don't see midnight.
Yeah.
And then you got a hangover the next day, so you kind of miss the whole thing.
Yeah, that's it. You fucking upset everyone.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Coming around trying to seek apologies from me, that kind of thing.
That wasn't even New Year's.
No, it wasn't. That was just a random midweek session, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was when I'd come back from, like, I helped take a boat back from down Perth with the Dixons.
Oh, it was too, yeah.
Yeah, so I drank.
Yep.
Fucking got in. You kicked me out of the pub, and then came around the next day, like, thinking you'll apologise for that. And then you told me what I did. That makes way more fucking sense.
Yeah, I'm not usually the one that kicks drunken people out either because I'm usually with them.
Nah, that was it. That's why I was like, this makes no sense. Who the fuck was he trying to impress?
Yeah, Jarby never kicks me out of places.
Yeah.
I kick you in ponds and all that kind of things, but
yeah,
not out of the pub usually.
Nah, that was a different thing. But it was a good call, I guess.
What about yourself, mate? You get up too much?
Nah, I had a gig and then fucking, similar thing. I was back at my joint, and me and a friend heard like the fireworks and shit like that, but I didn't even go out and watch them or anything. It was just,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, same old shit. Actually, were you there at the New Year's where someone hit me with a cricket bat? I know Cade was. I think it might have been before your time, sort of thing.
Well, up in Exmouth, or where was it?
Yeah, it was in Coral Bay.
Yeah, okay.
But nah.
Oh, it feels. I seem to remember it, but not actually. I don't know if I remember it being there or just hearing about it.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, don't think you were there. I think your brother and your sister were there, and I just went back to the campsite. It was my campsite. I paid for it.
Was Chris over there?
Yeah. Yeah, he kicked me
No,
in
I
the
was there
balls.
then.
I think that might have been why I went back to the campsite. Kicked in the
I was
balls.
there for that.
Yeah, right. Actually,
I was young. I was in the underage section. I'm pretty sure, like 16 or something like that.
yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah, actually, this is how bad that New Year's was, right? So I just remembered then. Chriso kicked me in the balls.
Oh, that was brutal in the pub, wasn't it?
Yeah, so hard that I needed to get a needle in my nuts to take down the swelling. Like
To
2
drain
weeks
it.
later.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, had to drive to Carafa. And because I got kicked in the nuts, I was like, fuck this, I'm going to fucking hit him. So I went back to the campsite, and there was someone at the campsite, and they fucking hit me with a cricket bat. I was like, I fucking hate New Year's.
I remember this.
And I went to sleep in the boot of the car.
You have got a head on your butt, you know what I mean? Like even though he was robbing the joint, he's still got a head that he wants to hit. So really, in hindsight, it's your own fault.
Yeah. Oh, I take full responsibility for looking like this. I can't even fucking argue with it because I've been hit in the head so many times.
I know. As soon as you said the cricket bat, I was like, I can remember the kick in the head a couple of times. I can't quite remember that. And then, you've jogged me memory. I do remember that one.
Yeah. And to
I don't think I knew until the next morning because I rocked up about 7 o'clock the next morning, I think.
Yep. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah. Because, I was just like, fuck, I hate New Year's. And went to sleep in the boot of the car and then woke up the next day. What happened to you? Eh? Someone hit me with a cricket bat and Chriso kicked me in the nuts and New Year's is fucked. Yeah, a whole lot of that.
Yeah, fun and games, eh?
But I asked LEEWOLD some questions, so I reckon I'll ask you similar. Like over your year, you got some pretty decent fish for 2023, and had some pretty cool trips. Not real far-reaching ones or anything, but what sort of stands out as your best moments and best fish, sort of thing?
Probably the 2 big tuskies were pretty sick. Well, obviously not far from town.
Yep.
So they weren't big trips or anything, but 2 over 10, which I haven't cracked the 10 before. Got a few around the 9.5.
Yep.
I've got one 9.8, and then I've got the 2 just over 10. Not far apart, but a month and a half apart or something like that. So,
yeah, that's not bad, cool. Eh? Like when you say it's only a small trip, but you've got 2 tuskies over 10. You know, like
pretty good, eh?
I know a fuckload of people that have spent a long time chasing something like that. So to get 2 in a month, I know I've never got fucking near it. I think. No,
well, that's it. I've got a few like, over the years. You see a fair few big ones and that, but I think it's kind of like I remember talking to LEEWOLD about it. It's one of those things that you kind of it seems like here they're all very what's the word? They're all very close to that 10 kilo mark, but they just never seem to go over.
Yep.
And I even told LEEWOLD, he goes, I've got heaps around the 9, like 8.5, 9, but they just seem to hover around that. You don't really see the big ones.
Yeah.
Unless I think you go down like mid coast or something like that, and you get big suckers down there.
Yeah, Shark Bay and that.
Yeah, but the ones here, I was the same. I was thinking, maybe there's not any. I'm sure there would be, when you're thinking about it, but as in your head, you start doubting it, thinking there isn't any that are over 10.
Yeah. Well,
to get 2 back to back within that kind of stretch was pretty crazy. But I reckon I seen one. I was out there with Davo the other day again, and I reckon I seen one that would have probably been pushed in the 10 again. I reckon.
Yeah. Okay.
And he kind of come in, and I looked at him. I was like, "Do I really want another 10?"
Yeah.
It's one of those things like I don't know. And I ended up getting Davo. I was like, "Oh, get in here!" And he dived down, hoping it was still hanging around, but it already scooted off. So.
Yep.
But it was definitely another horse. You can just tell had like when they get that massive big yellow tin that they're pushing definitely over the 9 kilo mark, if not bigger. So
yeah, fuck off.
But they were probably the better fish I've shot this year. Haven't done a heap of what I would have thought. Obviously, family life and that gets in the way of things a lot of the time. But even the trips, I haven't done a lot of big trips. One up to Long and went a bit further up to like Bessie and that.
Yep.
We got some good fish up there, some big jacks, and Davo got a good red, heaps of normal stuff, trout and that. We didn't really shoot too many rankins or anything like that, seen a billion of them, but...
Yep. You got that decent Mackie that got you third place in some competition or some shit.
1,000, yeah. So I got that. It was 21.7 or something like that. So
yep,
decent one. I was hoping for the 30 keggers, and I reckon I pulled a spear on a couple of them.
Yep.
Around the west side there during the year, but I just couldn't bloody land them. Usually when that tide's ripping and they're going against it, and you shoot them with it. You know what I mean? So they've got a lot of load on spear, so they're pretty soft and meat on them. So.
Yep. Does that kind of frustrate you as well? Like, sorry to cut you off, but when you were younger and sort of getting into spearing with Leewold, you know, there were a lot of bigger mackerel probably getting around then than
I reckon there definitely was. I
now.
remember shooting. I shot that 29.9 and then a 30.1 or something.
Yep.
The same day, and we. You know, I don't know how many maxes we landed that day, but that was just out of my tinny at the back of the reef.
Yep.
But I reckon they're definitely there. I reckon when you're young and that, you get a lot more opportunities. You know what I mean? Like you're usually free. You know what I mean? You go, you want to do it on the weekend if the weather's all right, or even midweek.
Yep.
Let's be honest, I didn't work much when I was young.
Nah. Actually,
either footy injuries or something was going on.
Yeah. Actually, there's a memory that comes up on my Facebook every year where I passed out in your parents' front yard, where I just slept on a couch and fucking...
Yeah, I do remember that.
You didn't rock up for work or something happened with work, so you've come back in and you're like, fuck it, go and dive it.
Well, yeah.
Squirly, you want to come crane dive it? And we went out and fucking cleaned up. I was like, not a bad result for just not being able to make it home at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning.
No, that's it. You done well, mate.
Yeah.
You picked the right house.
Yeah. So that didn't happen often either, where I picked the right house, but...
No, that's it. Well, I remember obviously done I tore that first rib off the sternum playing footy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I had about 6 months off work, and I remember still going diving with Lee. He would just load my gun, and
yeah.
It was crazy. And then we ended up going barra fishing up at he'd never been barra fishing before, neither had he at that stage.
Yep.
And he come around and he was working offshore then. He goes, "Oh, I've got 4 weeks off. Well, going to come barra fishing with me?" And I was like, "I've got no money. I'm pretty much broke."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, I'll pay for everything. We'll just like, I need someone else to come with me." I was like, "Yeah, I'm in then."
Yeah.
So we end up,
that's an easy.
We drive all the way out to near Derby there.
Yep.
And put the I don't know if I've told this story in the podcast before, but we got there at probably about 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, maybe a bit later. And then so Lee's jumped in his car and it was stinking hot. It was middle of summer. And so I rolled my old flag out, no fly net on it, no nothing. And I'm just getting eaten alive by Mozzies. And I've gone, nah, stuff this. And I remember Lee on the way out, they were talking about these terrapin. You throw the chook pellets out and just cast them. So I've just got it and thought I'll just do that for a bit and see if I, you know what I mean, can get out of the Mozzies for a bit. So
yep,
gone down. I've been getting a few terrapin, wading out like waist deep in that thing is fresh water. There won't be any big salties or anything like that around. And end up Lee wakes up in the morning, I haven't slept, and he goes, "Oh, how'd you sleep?" And I said, "I hadn't." And I said, "I've been catching terrapin." And so he's looking, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're not actually joking." So I had a bucket full of terrapin.
Yep.
And then I was telling him about doing the weight, and he goes, "Oh, I'll be pretty careful. I think there's still like big salties in there." And then I think we went across the other side of the bank, and there was like those massive big slide marks, like all the way down the bank. I'm just going, man, I was in there last night floating around.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was pretty mad, eh? But we ended up, obviously never done it before, just trawled around done some liveys with the terrapin and mullet and that.
Yep.
Had no luck, and then we just trawled around for a bit and got we just got onto a patch. I think we caught 9 or 10 or something like that. And in about an hour, had not a drop of water on us. We just had tons of export.
Yeah.
So we're drinking that, probably about 45 degrees. And then in the armour, we said, we need to get out of here and go and try and find like a fuel station or something to get some water. So we ended up driving.
You must have been desperate.
Yeah, we were. So we ended up putting the swamp donkey on and driving. I probably about 100 something k's up the road, found the servo, come back, and we couldn't get a bite after that.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
But and then he ended up getting a phone call, like a missed call from his boss saying he needed to come back to work or something like that. So we were there for like a day and a half or something. We ended up driving the other, 18 hours or something to get home.
Yeah,
Just for a day.
Actually, yeah, I think Leewold told me that story. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, how many people do that though? Like, 36-hour round trip for a day fishing. Fucking
for a day fishing.
That's got Leewold written all over it, and not
well,
many
they got
other
it. I think it must
people.
have got him hooked for barra fishing because now it's frothing on it.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. He's frothed it fucking ever since. And
it was an awesome trip for like even just the Leewold to take me on. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't pay for anything either, so he was just stoked to get up there, and I was stoked to be able to get out of the house for a bit.
Yeah. Fuck off. Well, I remember like all your dive trips and shit like that, and that trip especially, and you did another one with him that I think we've talked about on the podcast where you went to some areas that not many people had gone before for diving and shit, and I was just working on the boat at the time going, fuck this prick.
Missing out on all the trips, and I'm broken going on all the trips.
Yeah, running a fucking muck. And I was broken just working like a fucking idiot.
See they?
Yeah, I don't really like you as a person or as a footballer, but what brought all that up with you fucking you broke your sternum or you dislocated the cartilage? What was it?
Yeah, so I where the rib joins to the sternum is obviously just cartilage.
Yeah.
So pretty much I got hit like top side of the shoulder by their big ruckman.
Yeah.
Kind of just like I was just running in to get the ball, and I kind of looked up at the last minute, and he just nailed me across the top of the shoulder.
Yep.
Obviously, he was running full pump, and it just kind of twisted me, and I was like, "Oh, I felt something pop," and I was like, "Oh, that's not good."
Yep.
I think I ended up playing the rest of the game out, and then I remember getting it like I think when the adrenaline like kind of wore off.
Yeah.
I remember getting the change room. I was like, I can't actually lift my arm, or
because
I was struggling to breathe as well. I was going, oh, something not right here. And then so the boys ended up probably getting my arm up and lifting me jumping that off, and then I think I ended up going out in the piss all night as well.
Yeah, you definitely
As you
did.
do. And I remember walking home, and I was really starting to struggle to breathe. Then and I just got past Leewold's house. And I was thinking, should I go in there and knock and just see if I can sleep on the couch? And I think it might have been Jace Coppard come past with one of his mates, and he's like, Jarby, and I was like, hey, how are you? And he could obviously tell I was stressing out, and he goes, you all right? And I said, oh, I don't know, I'm struggling to breathe. And I said, I played footy and got that hit and that, and he goes, oh, we'll end up walking us home or whatever, and gave us some tramadol or something like that. So
yeah.
I ended up falling asleep, then woke up in the morning just in agony going, something's obviously not right here. I've got to go to the hospital. So
yeah,
they ended up scanning it and noticed that that top rib was like kind of dislodged. You can't really tell with the cartilage, obviously doesn't show up in the thing, but there was a massive gap in between it.
Yeah, right. So they found that and no heart at the same time.
Yeah, they couldn't find the heart either.
No ticker.
No pulse. No pulse, no brain either, they reckon. I don't know what they were looking for, but...
Yeah. You're not going to mention that you kicked 5 after you fucking did it? We don't want to talk ourselves up, do we, Big Off? Oh. I'll talk you up. Yeah.
We were actually doing, I think I kicked 5 and we were about 37 points up going to last and we lost it, I think, from memory.
Did we?
Yeah, we lost against Rams.
Fuck, I must have erased that bit.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they ran over the top of us in the last quarter from memory.
That's not good for me. I was playing in the midfield. Must have gone to shit. I think I was playing in the midfield anyway. But
yeah, that was the first quarter I got done as well. End of the first.
Yeah. I remember you took a hanger in the goal square, and you were carrying on a bit after you took it.
Remember Al?
Yeah.
Yeah, took a hanger on him, and then obviously fell back, and then obviously hit me back, and bloody whatever else was going on, and I was like, oh, and the fella's like, oh, you must be winded, are you? And I was like, yeah, just winded, mate.
Yeah. Yep.
But then obviously missed that whole rest of the year that year.
Yeah.
I had 6 months off work. If it was any bone, obviously, it's 3 or 4 weeks and you come good.
Yeah.
But with the cartilage, obviously it's slow. It doesn't bind and slow growing or whatever. So.
Well, even fucking bruised ribs sounds like a piss weak fucking thing, but I had bruised ribs and took like ages to come good. It's fucking painful.
Oh, yeah, I remember just like, I couldn't not sleep. The only place I could sleep was on my back, like straight. I couldn't move. Anytime I moved around in bed, it would just wake me up straight away.
Yep.
But it was, I reckon it would have been like the end of the 6 months that I actually started feeling like I wasn't, something wasn't cracking or moving in there. I still get pain in it to today. Like move a certain way and it's like real sharp pain where it is.
Yep.
So I don't, it's obviously just that cartilage moving around in there, but I've got like a lump that sits on it as well. But
yeah, right.
But I haven't obviously. I played footy after that and had plenty of kicks and that, and no real issues with it. So
I don't know about plenty of kicks, but you had a couple kicks afterwards.
I was too slick, big old. I was getting out of the way of them all the time.
That's how I remember it. Well, I mean,
I can't tell them. I can't say that anymore than they're too slick.
yeah.
I think my first game back after the 4 years off, I bloody got done holding the ball 2 times in a row.
Yeah, I think the first time I seen you come back was in like a Legends game, and I think it was the first time I've ever seen you get run down, and you got run down twice in a row. Like you got to stop doing that now, mate.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think I got the leg speed anymore.
Yeah.
I hadn't played in 3 years when I played that one, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
And hadn't run or done anything, so we just had a bit of a run around and see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is, like, of all that comes out of that, you got, what was it, like 3 months of diving and fishing out of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so just, if any kids are out there listening,
yeah,
I'm sure they probably aren't.
Yeah.
But,
Mum and Dad.
But yeah, if you get injured in footy, your life can be pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, some people can be good and other people can just get injured real easy. Here's a question for people that listen to the podcast a bit, which is just Mum and Dad.
Yeah.
Right? Which hurt more, that hit, or when I hit you playing rugby and you got leg aids? Like, they were both life-changing.
I'm pretty sure Kate squashed that, didn't he?
Yeah, no one's believing him. Actually, the next podcast we put out is our other cousin just disputing everything he says, and he was
even LEEWOLD after that one. He goes, "Did he say you caught a 30-kilo giant?"
Yeah. I let that one go to the keeper.
Yeah,
because
so
I was
just like, oh, it's not worth fighting on the podcast over.
I'm pretty sure he means 30 pounds, which is still a fucking good Chinaman.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he thought, but yeah.
Yeah,
you never know with Kato.
Yeah.
He's like the old lady. He likes to put a little bit of mayo on everything.
Yeah, well, I think the best part was our cousin that our other cousin, or my other cousin, he's your cousin as well, that he shouted on about leaving him out sleeping and he mentioned how many crazy he caught. And I reckon an hour after that podcast got released, I got a photo from him with 2 crays instead of his 8 or whatever. Fucking lying prick. So yeah, we might go into just scheduling fights between our cousins or your brother rather than doing podcasts next. That'll be the next live show. So
yeah, sweet. That'll be the go.
Yeah. So podcasts, I don't know how many we did together or what you've listened to, but was there any ones from this year that you enjoyed, either being on or listened to, that were like fucking something different?
I can't really remember, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's good. It's good that we're fucking memorable.
I think the Clanger wasn't this year, was it?
I don't think so. I think that might have been last year.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It kind of all blurs into one. It doesn't realise we've actually been doing it for a while, does it?
Nah.
What one did we... I like the I wasn't on it, but I like the Murray, not the Murray cod one, the trout fishing with Lee and his old man, his pa. That was pretty cool. I listened to that the other day.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
I know, it's just cool listening to the a bit of knowledge from the older boys that used to do it, many moons ago as well. So
yeah,
I've never done obviously the trout fishing, but
yep,
it sounds like pretty good fun. A bit of banter between the boys as well is always a laugh.
Yeah, we were actually talking about it while we were up there. Me and Rob especially was like fucking, Jarby and froth, this type of shit, because it's very like you just hunting shit. You're hunting the fish, like just walking up these streams, just chucking lures as much as you can, sort of thing. But it's I don't know. It's a different sort of mindset. But yeah, I actually wouldn't mind getting more of the old boys with the old school sort of shit on the pod. Like I think we had John Prince, who has been around for a long time.
That was a cracker as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, he's kind of like not similar in a way, but they're the old boys that are also up for learning new shit to catch more fish, and then also explain what they used to be like back in the day without saying sorry for it. They're just kind of like, this is what we did because this is what we did. Whereas now,
yeah, that's it. But even like Lee's past saying about the like he obviously uses bait like worms and grasshoppers, and that he's saying he's obviously using those spinners to use boys are using them, and he's saying that obviously he must have tried baits at the same time, did he?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's saying obviously they weren't catching much with the baits, and then obviously went to the spinners that he hadn't used before and started catching. So he said, yeah, man, even at his age, he was 86, isn't he? And he was still saying that he's learning. So it's one of those things. There's always new things coming on the market for catching things, more people looking into what catches and stuff like that. So it is pretty cool listening to the old boys saying that they're using different things as well now, not just the old school method. So
yeah, fuck off. Like that was wicked.
That's pretty cool.
And then I don't know whether, sometimes you listen to a podcast and you listen, like Rob talks about how his old boy walked this distance up a stream, and it might sound like the son is trying to just like talk up his dad or some shit, but the hill he goes down to get to that fucking stream, this is not a lie. I can't do it. Like I'm fairly fit compared to the average person, and I like fucking struggle on that. The distance he went up the stream, like, mate, fucking I wouldn't be able to walk afterwards.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, he like, so we both know Rob well, and we're like, he's the tougher version of Lee, who we both think are piss weak. But then like his old boy is like the next level as well. I would have loved to have met like their great granddad. He must have been like an army tank or some shit.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking we're driving
who's
up.
breeding these guys?
Yeah. Oh, where's this breeding stock come from? We dropped him off, like, and we're going down this track, and then we get to our campsite, and I'm like, I want to go for a fish, so I walk up the stream, and I'm not lying, I would have made it. Well, LEEWOLD's following me. He makes it 15 meters.
Yeah,
I made it about 50. Hook onto like my best trout of the fish, of the trip, sorry, like about 2 pounder, and I'm like, fuck yeah. But like I was thinking I'll get another 45, 50 meters sort of thing. But the whole time I'm thinking, well, the old boy must have completely underestimated how strong this river is, because there's no way anyone's walking 2Ks in this shit. Like, I just couldn't. I was like thinking, I got to get back to the camp and like talk to LEEWOLD and Rob. Like, I don't know how we get to these guys, but there's just no way they're going to get here. Yeah, and then I get back and they're not worried at all. And I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. Like, in my head, obviously not saying that out loud. And then, just before dark, his old boy just rolls in with Jono, who's a fit old dude as well, like 50 sort of thing. Yeah. And fucking, they're like, oh, it was a little bit harder than what we thought. We caught fuck all, but like, these people aren't human.
No, it's mad, isn't it?
So, yeah. Like, Rob reckons, like fishing is the fountain of youth from that. So maybe just keep doing that. You live forever.
Yeah, well, that's it. Cold water, mate, on the joints is probably good for them.
Yeah, maybe. Fuck, it is cold water. I'll give you that.
I would be. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
How do you find it, mate? You obviously liked it, eh?
Yeah, it was cool. The cod fishing was sick. Fucking hard work, the surface part. I reckon you'd froth more on the numbers and casting, like the Moala sort of fishing.
Yeah,
Yep. The other stuff, it's you gotta keep yourself excited by just hitting things with your casting more because if you're just thinking, well, I better get a fish this cast, it's like
by the sounds of it, there's a lot of casting and not a lot of catching going on.
Yeah, there's like 1,500 casts and you haven't seen a fish. You know,
yeah, that'd be pretty killer.
Yeah, sometimes it's funny because you get into the mindset so much about the casting and the retrieving that when a fish hits, you're like, fucking, why are you ruining it? I'm already looking at where I'm casting it next. So, yeah. So that was it. But, yeah, fuck, they're a cool fish. Murray cod, just.
Oh, they look awesome, don't they?
Yep. Yeah. So, like the patterns, even the way they act, like when you're so used to all those big, reefy shit fish that we get, like not shit fish, but they're fucking tough. There's always spines. You put your hand in their gills and they fucking take them off. You come out pissing out blood everywhere and shit.
Yeah,
and then you handle a Murray cod and you put your thumb in its mouth and you put your other hand under its stomach and it just sits there for a photo, like just ready to get put back in. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, this is awesome. So, yeah, it'd be cool to see over doing it. It's similar with a lot of stuff we get to do is we get to watch LEEWOLD suss it out and then put us on it. So
that's the go, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of fucking helps. But,
no, good stuff. Have you obviously you're doing are we talking about that or?
Yeah, the COD Nationals. So, yeah, we talked about that. So, yeah, we put the goal I put my goal as us winning a day as like the ultimate goal. But the main goal is just not to embarrass myself on the fishing.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, we both agreed I'd embarrass myself on the piss, but
yeah, there's a good chance. Yeah.
Yeah. So on the fish.
What about with that? Have you talked about what sort of lure selection? You're obviously going for like more fish, but also the big ones. But is it something you're going to try and throw those big service lures, or are you going to change up smaller ones and something like that? You reckon those big ones put the smaller fish off?
Yeah, definitely. Like that's almost the whole point of those big surfaces is you are putting
get rid
off
of all the little ones.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
You know, like you're still catching decent ones because you know how cod are, but yeah, there's also rules with what lures you can use per day, sort of thing. Like, so there's one day where it's spinners, one day where it's hard bodies, one day where it's sponsor lures. So all of that, it is an all-round comp where you've got to be good at all the things.
Yeah, okay, that's good then, eh?
Yeah, it's good for people that are good. I don't know if it's great for me, but yeah. So that's why I've sort of been hitting up LEEWOLD on stuff that I need to get better at, and then we'll have a crack. Either way,
well, even like in the Swan and that, just throwing lures around there, you kind of get used to it, I guess, eh?
Yeah. You know, like probably the soft plastics and stuff like that is something I've done less of than anything else.
Yep.
The hard bodies and stuff I've done a fair bit. Yep. But yeah, soft plastics have never really been a big thing that I've done. Even when I started doing, you know, like your whiting fishing and stuff like that, I like the little poppers and stuff. Yeah, whereas like soft plastics to me they're kind of the in between a bait and a lure. And I've done a lot of bait fishing and caught a lot of stuff on bait. So then I was like, when I went back into fishing, it was kind of like, well, I'd rather do lure stuff. So
Yeah.
so it's a weird kind of fucking in between, but I suppose I've got to learn it now. So I've done a lot of weedless lure fishing, which is, the same thing. So
Yep.
maybe that.
See how it all pans out, eh?
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you got goals for the next year to come? I know LEEWOLD was very interested in like your spearfishing goals and what you were going to do there.
I haven't really thought too much of it, to be honest with you, but
Yep.
I want to get back into shooting the big reds, and that's probably me biggest aim, I guess. But
Yep.
I don't know. I reckon that's probably the funnest thing. I know they're quite tough fish actually, like to shoot, but it's just more so like finding the ground that they will hold on.
Yep.
Is the kind of the fun side of it, like finding new spots with big reds is pretty cool. Obviously, the scarlets, I still haven't shot a big scarlet, so I wouldn't mind trying to get up there, do some camping up Barrow Way or somewhere around there, and hopefully find some big scarlets on some around there. You obviously get them out from here as well, but they're a lot few and far between compared to further north. So
Yep.
yeah, that's definitely another goal. I wouldn't mind trying to win the Mac 1000 this year. We'll see how we go, but
Yep.
I spend enough time on the west side here to definitely get a big one. I reckon I just got to put a bit more time in it.
Yep.
And chase those bigger ones with spending more arvo, especially when you get those glass off arvos when it's coming into winter.
Yep.
Just try and get off at work a bit early and punch around there and beach launch and get into it, So
Yeah, fuck oath.
yeah, that would be handy. I've obviously entered it again, so
Yep.
yeah, hopefully that's kind of my goals. I reckon to do that, but I wouldn't. It's one of those things of getting a big enough boat to get up that way as well. I mean, on your own. So
Yeah.
yeah, play it by ear, really. Be awesome. Let's see how it all pans out.
Yep. Well, you were talking about chasing a big blue as well. Is that still on the cards?
Yeah.
Or?
So Big Dan that we heard on the pod hit us up and said if we're keen to head out. Obviously, it's blue season at the moment, so he's seen some big stripes out there recently as well. So I wouldn't mind either a big blue or a big stripe would be pretty cool. So me and Dave are going to try and tee up a day with him when it's decent weather and put in a whole day of trawling around and see if we can bloody get one.
Yeah, right. Fuck yeah, that'd be cool. Actually,
yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Actually, that flow fishing, fucking Chris Tanny gave me some stripe the other day when I did the podcast, because I mentioned to him that I'd fucking froth on marlin, but I've never had stripe, which is supposed to be the best eating marlin.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Yeah, so he gave me a big chunk, and I just pan fried it, and
yeah, awesome.
Fuck, it was amazing. So if you,
was it good, eh?
Oh, I loved it. Like it.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the stripes. I reckon even those big stripes they get are still glam. So
yep. Yeah, so what's that?
Would they be similar to sword?
Yeah, so I've only had sword once.
Yep.
And I thought same, better than the sword I had.
Yep.
But I mean, fuck, who knows? Because
you're on far between as well. So it's not like you've eaten them every night to know exactly. But
yeah,
if it's tasting that good, you obviously it must be up there. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So to me, all of them, sword, black marlin, blue marlin, and striped marlin, have a similar taste. It was more just the texture. So
yeah, okay.
So the blue marlin and black marlin I've eaten. Like the first black marlin I had was a small black that had died, and then ever since then they've been large fish that we've killed for various reasons, and then I've eaten. So, and I've enjoyed them, but the texture's a little bit, whereas this stripe was, everything was good. It was
because I know obviously we've had a bit of that blue that Davo shot last year.
Yep.
And it just went real dry. Like we tried everything.
Yeah.
We tried everything of cooking it every way, pretty much soaked the whole thing in coconut milk and like make kind of like a curry, and it was still dry. You know what I mean? And it's dripping wet.
Yep. Yeah.
But then I think it might have been Reese ended up getting a couple of slabs of it and jerkied it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it come up like proper mint.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
So that's what we kind of thought. If we do get another one that we string up or whatever, we'll just slab it up and jerky it.
Yep. Yeah, well, if you get a stripe...
Time doesn't go to waste that way either, so...
Yeah, fuck off. If you get a stripe, keep a fucking slab for me, because I'll fucking definitely take it.
Sure, yeah.
But
yeah, Dano was saying he got a horse up, like, he reckons around, like, the 150 kilo one.
Yep.
The other day, so that's decent for a stripe, so...
Oh, fucking on this side, definitely.
Well, he said it could even
been
bigger, he said. I think he said between 150 and 200, so if you get
Holy
anywhere,
shit.
something like that would be excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Fuck yeah.
So that'd be pretty sick if we can get a couple of big stripes up at the back and nail one of them. So.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But yeah, we're going to put a day in anyways, and just Davo's got all the gear for the big stuff, so
yep.
We'll have it all rigged up and just take turns, I reckon, an hour each on the back, suited up, I reckon. So.
Yeah, fuck off.
And Dan's got all the set up for that stuff now. Well, you see, starting to flock the billfish side of it. So.
Yep. Yeah.
He's got all the electric riggers and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yep. I mean, your bycatch isn't bad either. It's like fucking yellowfin tuna and fucking massive big dolphin fish. Yeah,
that's it. I think Davo's going to put in the hard yards again this year to try and get a big yellowfin out of Exie. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, be cool to see someone with 100 kilo yellowfin out of there.
Will that be, yeah.
It'll happen eventually.
They said I don't think about the 100 kilo mark. They said they've seen some last year that would have been like pushing the 70 kilo mark. So.
Yep. Oh, there'd be a 100 kilo one there somewhere, for sure.
Oh, there would be for sure, yeah. That's the thing. Well, they've been caught, haven't they? So they're there. It's just more so you got to get them to come up in the burley trail and give them the opportunity to shoot them. So
yeah, that's it.
But they got plenty. I think they got 3 or 4 or something like that last year. And they done a few trips. You do get the barren trips as well. You don't see anything. It's just dead.
Yep. That's the biggest.
They did get a fair few around like 20 and 30 kilo mark. I think maybe a little bit bigger. So
yep.
I missed a few big ones as well, apparently, so they shot a bit high. It does kick back that big open water gun that Davo's got. So.
Yep. Yeah, it's a bit of a head fuck in that ultra blue water too, eh?
That deep water, yeah, falling short or not, think you're a bit closer than what you are.
Yep.
Like the Dixon boys missed that bloody short bill at up north, remember that?
Yeah, I wasn't there, but I heard about it.
Yeah, just fell short because it was that clear. You think you're a lot closer than what you are.
Yeah,
and that would have obviously been the first short bill ever speared.
Yeah, right.
If they got it, but that's probably why they didn't get it. It's obviously a hard thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I know cray diving out of Christmas Island because it's so clear there. Like, you look at the cray and they're all what we would call pack horse out of Exmouth, the 3-spined rock lobster or whatever. They call them tropicals there, but it's a different crayfish. But you see it and you reach out to grab it like thinking it's easy, and you get to the end of your arm because the crayfish is way further away than what you fucking think. You're like, ugh.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and the worst part is it's all like volcanic rock type shit. So when you get your arm caught in the little cracks, like you know how a reef has got a little bit of give, and then you pull your arm out, fucking it's got no give, so you get stuck, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm dead. You're in like a meter or 2 of water, but
that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Well, I added a goal of mine while you were talking. Then
I was just about to ask you, Squirly.
Yeah, which is
beat me to it.
Which is good to think that I've still got goals, but like I said a few to LEEWOLD, but I want to get up there and get you to take me out. So I don't know.
You want to catch up with the Mexicans again?
Yeah, the fucking Mexicans.
I'll put you on them, big horse.
Yeah. You put me on a fucking cactus again. No, I want you to take me out to get a big Maori sea perch.
Sweet.
I've hit 2 and not landed one yet. I know where they are or where they used to be.
I've actually got some real good spots for them now as well that I see them there fairly often. That's another thing I haven't done a lot of. Since I've been back up here, because that used to be awesome when we used to go with LEEWOLD and that long there. It was all time.
Yeah. Well, I remember I did a trip with you and you frothed on it. You got a few big spangos and shit like that. So
yeah, it's good. It's a bit of a good all rounder, right? Big Macs come through, so you can drift the back of it or come right into the breakers, and obviously get the Maoris. You get those one spots.
Yep.
You get a bit of everything.
There's
the
moose.
Variety in there. You know what I mean? Moo. You get
Yeah.
I think you might even get those midnight snapper, eh? Some of the same.
Yep.
So that kind of stuff's pretty cool, I reckon.
I froth on it.
But yeah, if you do, Squirly, if you can tee up some, pretty much obviously want when there's not much swell around.
Yep.
So even this time of year would be good. So you get like a week of like half decent weather that we can dive it. I'll definitely take some time off and we'll target them.
Yeah. Fucking that'd be epic. Like, yeah, I do enjoy that shit. Even though actually the trip we did, you got all those Spangos and I got the big scarlet. Put you to shame.
Nah. What's that?
Remember, I hit those 2 big scarlet. I think all you got was like Spangos and maybe you got a Maori.
I did, yeah. Not scarlet. You're talking of
the paddle tails.
Paddle tails, yeah.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah, you got 2 of them. I got that 10 kilo Maori and I got that big Mac, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
And then I just slowly cropped you out over the years until it was just me holding the Maori and the Mac.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of like shrinking it down, but then it'll cut my head out. Because you kind of, I'm not worried about the fish. It's more so you just head in the picture.
Yeah. Well, you might get kicked in the face for just being around
it. I'll put something like that up, and I'm the target next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Nah, fair enough.
But yeah, that'd be sick if you can tee it up. We'll definitely do it, mate.
All right, cool. I'll fucking lock it in,
mate. Yeah, I'll take some time off if you get up here. So.
Yep. All right, we'll lock it in, podcast people, mum and dad. This is exactly what's going to happen. And then the other part is I talked to LEEWOLD about pod goals.
Mm.
My pod goal or your pod goal is you got a couple mates, including Dave there that I want to hear on the pod at some stage.
Yep, I reckon I've.
You just got to corner him and tackle him.
I'm pretty sure he's keen. He's just they get a bit hesitant. I reckon they think, I'm not going to be any good. It's like we all thought the same thing, mate, and we're still not good.
Nah, still not good. But mum and dad love it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, but I reckon David will be mint. He's one of those lads that it's easy to get along with an easy, slow conversation. So
yeah,
obviously it'll be a bit tricky for me because I've never done it on my own before, but I'm sure I'll be all right.
Yeah, can't be fucking worse than me. So I just end up talking about how much of a goose I am on the piss. So
yeah, today
couldn't be worse than that.
But yeah, I might even message David after this and just say I'll try and lock in the day.
Yep.
Because I did have him. I messaged him again this week, and he said he's keen. He just got to tee up at another time. So
yep.
We were going to do it recently. We're not going diving instead. So
yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. When you got the option of going diving instead, you always going to go diving instead. So
yeah, we've got to make it like a night time or when it's howling.
Yeah, that's it. When the wind's up.
It's me or him have got an hour spare. He's usually kiting or surfing or spearing, and you know what I mean. I'm usually fixing motors or I'm trying to spear as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he'll be definitely a good one to get on. I could probably Big Dan's up here for a while as well. So
yeah.
I might even be able to get him on another pod maybe.
Yeah. Fuck oath.
We'll see how the first one's. If the first one's a schmozzle, then I might put it on the back burner.
Oh mate, if the first one's a schmozzle, fucking no one will hear from you again, so it's all good.
No,
they won't even know it exists. Jarby, who the fuck is that?
But Dave won't be my friend anymore, and
yeah,
epic.
Yeah, that's how it'll go down. All right, wicked. You got anything to add or anything to ask?
Yeah, did LEEWOLD ask about you? What was your most memorable fish this year, Squirly? There wouldn't have been many of them. No, just freaking, mate. Just freaking.
Well, fuck you. I reckon I'm the most lucky shit fishman that's going around just because of who I know. So
yeah, I reckon as well.
So
you hang out with LEEWOLD enough, you're surely going to catch something.
Yeah, that's it. Like if I just show fish photos, it doesn't look too bad. Like 70 odd centimeter barra off the bank, and then 70 odd centimeter Murray cod. Yeah, it's not a bad year for a comedian living out of Perth. I'll put this out there. I am 100% the best fisherman comedian in Australia. And
is that right?
Yeah. A lot of them are pretty fucking useless. Well, all of them are fucking useless.
I was going to say they must all be.
Yeah. But it's a title, and anyone that wants to come at me, I'll fucking go photo for photo for.
Start tagging, chumming up with your photos if you're a comedian and you can bloody
Yep.
catch fish.
Yep. Someone told me there's one over in either Queensland or North New South Wales, and they go all right. But I stalked their page and I got him fucking covered. I met a bloke in Melbourne who's from Queensland who's caught some good barramundi, and he was one of the first comedians I've ever talked to about fishing, because I was over there and I was like, I'm going Murray cod fishing, and he didn't look at me like I was a retard, like the fuck's a Murray cod. You know, he was like, oh yeah, I've done a little bit, haven't been able to get one yet, so. Yeah, maybe there's a couple more that I haven't fucking met, but at the moment I'm just putting it out there. I'm the fucking best.
Oh, claim it, Squirly. Claim anything you can while you can.
Yeah, while you can. Till someone says different. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Sick.
Happy days.
All right. Wicked. Cheers for chumming up, big horse.
Yeah. Cheers, horse.
All right.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening right now? Dolphin in killer whale's mouth? Holy shit. Oh, this is the best day of my life, God. What?
I like going down the pond chasing bluegills and tommy cocks.